Hello and welcome. So, one of the other greatest compliance tools that we have is retention policies. Retention policies are always very important. For example, when you go to compliance management and click on retention policies, so retention policies tells you that how long or for how much time do you want to keep your emails, your mailboxes, your data that you have in your exchange. So retention policies allows you to just group retention tag and apply them to the user. For example, you can specify a retention to a specific user and to just tell them that delete it after 1 month, delete it for after 1 week, 1 year, or based on different policies. So retention policies that you see in here is linked with retention tags. So let's see how it works. For example, when I just try to click in here and it asks me for a new retention policy name, and then it asks me for retention text. So the thing is that before creating a retention policy, you have to create a retention tag. So retention tags are visible to end user and can be used to specify when items in user mailboxes will be moved to archive or removed from the mailbox. So most of the organizations, let me just give you an example. In most of the organization, they have different set of policies where they say where they say that okay, we have got 10,000 users. Uh, do you think it's really a good idea to keep old emails for all users? Sometimes it is not. You really don't want to keep old emails. You want to delete it from users outlook or users mailbox because you want to save space. These days the storage is very expensive, so what you can do is you do not want to keep old email messages. So that's why you set retention tags telling the exchange, hey exchange, delete all old emails, that are like 60 days old. Delete it from users inbox. And you can also say that archive them. You can also say that move them to a different folder. So that's why you use retention. So now, in order to configure retention, first thing that you can do is retention tags. So the things that you see in here, they are like default retention tags that are created, but we will just create a new one, and then apply automatically to entire mailbox, apply automatically to default folder, apply by user item or folder. So this is personal. So right now we do not want to apply it for entire mailbox. We just want to select the personal, and then I'm just gonna name it that finance department emails retention, and then delete and allow recovery, permanently delete, move to archive. So now these three options, if you ask me which one should we select, I'll say all depends based on your company's policy. Your company says I want to delete the mailboxes, the emails, but I want to allow recovery. Maybe in future, we will need one of the emails, so we wanna just do a recovery. But still, it's gonna occupy some space in your exchange server. And if you say permanently delete, it will permanently delete it. If you say move to archive, it will just move to archive so that you can just recover it, or just move copy whatever emails you need. So I'll just say delete and allow recovery. Retention period is like as you can see, that specify the period in days after which the selected retention action should be applied. Select never to never and have the selected move or delete action applied. So if I click never, it's gonna have no retention period. So if I say uh, whenever it reaches 100 days, for example, uh, in days, so in days it is going to be, let me try, you can move items in days, for example 60 days. I want to say 60 days. So whenever it reaches the retention time of 60 days, delete it and allow recovery. So what it's gonna do is it's gonna delete and then allow recovery, and it is going to be applied to users items and folders. So save. Once you click on save in here, now you can see that it will just do what? It will delete after 60 days, and then it will be temporary recoverable. So after, for example, after 60 days it will be deleted for another for example 30 or 60 days, based on what Microsoft have got their own retention date, that days that you have, which is I think 30 days, and then after that it will be deleted. So once you have configured this, what you can do now is you can add a policy in here and then say finance retention policy, and then add your tag in here. So I'll simply add my tag in here and then press OK, save. Now it is in here. Now if you say how can we apply it to a specific user, you can simply go to users properties, and then if you go to mailbox feature retention policy, finance retention policy. So now what we did is that we applied that personal contents and folder policy for the retention, which is going to delete those emails after 60 days, is applied to Jeff Green's email, who is like finance department user. So that's how you can configure retention, and retention is very important. Always make sure that you follow your company's rules, standards, and policies for the retention, like for how much period of time you want to keep your emails, and when do you want it to be deleted, and after deletion do you want to archive it, or you don't want to archive it. So most of the time, for most important users that we have in our organization, we always want them to be archived because we always will need their emails. So make sure that you are not applying 1 month retention to important mailboxes where they have important emails, important confidential and important data, because once it is deleted, um, of once it reaches the temporary period and it is deleted, you will not be able to recover it. So I hope that you have learned something from retention policy, and I'll see you next video.